Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 as the Kingdom of Aragon with the HIP mod. In the last episode we've just been going on various pilgrimages and feasts and hunts and stuff and waiting for our Holy War cooldown to expire so we can go on another Holy War further to the south here. But in the meantime we were also called in to a war by our allies in Sicily, the Hauptfeld. Kings of Sicily. This is Robert II. I guess he's the grandson of the first King Robert of Sicily, Robert Guiscard. But they're trying to take this county from the Byzantine Empire, and I am kind of inclined to help them, though I don't really want to use my retinue because it's been reinforcing for a long time and it's approaching being fully reinforced now, and I'd like to actually have it fully reinforced so I can make some money again. I also don't want to use my vassal levies because they are still kind of annoyed with me after having had them raised so long before. So I guess if I want to help them, it's going to be with my own personal domain levies. So I guess we'll do that. It's going to cost me a lot of money though, which I was kind of hoping to spend on another castle, but yeah, we'll help them out maybe in just a couple of battles and then we'll leave. So it doesn't hopefully completely run me out of money, but we can still participate somehow. So I'm going to leave my my retinue at home. Take the rest of my levy. Let's see how many boats I'm going to need. More than I personally have, so we'll raise these boats. How about these and these? Is this enough? I could just count, but I'm not gonna. My co-conspirator, Infanta Carlotte, has procured a poisonous viper and sends word that it will soon dig its fangs into Baron Nuno. Excellent. Finally, we could possibly kill our troublesome Baron. Well, he's already troublesome. He's completely blameless in the whole thing. I basically just gave him a barony and then immediately decided that I wanted it back, so I'm the asshole here, don't get me wrong, but he has pretty strongly resisted my attempts to actually take it back. So is this enough boats now? I think this is not quite enough boats. Okay, there we go. I inherited the barony of Cardona. He died under suspicious circumstances. The snake performed its duty with aplomb and pumped Baron Nuno full of its deadly venom. It slipped away into the night, and the guards are now too busy contending with a string of lethal snake attacks to search for those responsible. I could kiss that snake. Okay, so he has converted the county he was working on. That's excellent. Let's get him down to the final non-Catholic county that we have. My courtier died. Alright, this should be enough boats. How much are we paying for this? We're paying 23 gold a month. We'll be able to disband the boats at some point before the army, I guess, but it's going to cost us a lot up until that point. I guess we'll land them over here somewhere. This is definitely not worth the money, by the way. We're not going to gain any advantage out of this. I'm just doing it because I feel like it, basically. I'm starting to think my courtier might fancy me. The wife of Baron Nuno. Oh, man. Yeah, okay. Let's make a move. Talk about adding insult to injury. Not even injury, it's actual murder. It's good to be the king. It is indeed. Okay, so we have arrived. Let's land my troops. So how much of this money that we're paying is actually for the boats? We're paying 2 a month for the boats, is that correct? Yeah, and 22 for the actual levies. So the boats aren't even costing me that much comparatively. I may as well, for convenience, just leave them raised then. In fact, I probably shouldn't have raised my vassal fleets if I wanted to let them stop being annoyed about raising levies, but that's fine, I suppose. It's only a few of them. So let's go and see if we can intercept this army of 2,500 over here. Let's see who we can get in charge actually as well. Yeah, you can be there. Lorenzo here is pretty good, I guess. If we had an organizer, I'd like to put him in charge, actually. He is in charge, okay. Well, we'll just leave it as is then. And Sicily, it looks like, has 14,000 of their own here. I guess the Byzantines are probably kind of weak at the moment. It looks like they have lost a whole bunch of land to the Seljuks in Anatolia. What is their levy like in total? Oh, they're only at 7,000. So I definitely did not even need to help with this. So I'll tell you what we do. We'll just go fight this one army, probably wipe it out, and then we'll go home. Oh, it's actually got reinforcements. Is this hills? This is plains, okay. Are we crossing a river here? We are. We have the numbers advantage, we have good commanders. There's a large Sicilian army nearby as well, which could conceivably reinforce, so I think we'll just do it. Oh, no, they're headed the other direction now. So let's see how we go. Why don't you die? The enemy warrior screams as he lunges at you. Moments later he falls down dead, slain by your own hand. He was too reckless. So it seems to be going reasonably okay so far. Oh no, my brother was imprisoned by a strategos. That's no good. Looks like we might lose this flank though. That's bad. We had a daughter. They reinforced with about 1,000 troops there. Looks like Croatia is nearby though. I don't think they'll get here to reinforce me in time. Kaiser Heinrich the Great is calling me in to a war against the Count of Upper Burgundy. Well, you are the Kaiser of the Holy Roman Empire, and he is merely a count, so it doesn't really sound like you need my help, but I will accept. Fighting across this field, you see an enemy soldier cut off from the others while you can't tell who. Clearly they must be a highborn noble. Let's charge, I guess. You realize the enemy soldier is the strategos. Seeing you charge across the field towards him, he turns and flees. Alright. Defending troops get plus 10% morale. Looks like we are definitely losing this one though, unless Sicily gets here in time. 4 days? Can we hold out 4 days? I don't think so. Except that we can. That must have been very close. I imagine there was maybe 1 or 2 days in it. So he wants to ransom me back, my brother. I'll accept. Alright, so we did win that battle. We had a good time. I'm gonna go home now. And it looks like the King of Sicily is going to win his war against the Byzantine Empire. Something that his grandfather Robert was never able to do, as I recall. Oh, the boats aren't docked. I have to actually walk them on there. And we'll bring them home. So my retinue is actually almost reinforced now. And I'm making money. I presume I'm paying less for these troops now that a lot of them are dead. That is indeed the case. Under the guidance of your armor bearer, we will get more levy reinforcements. That is very good news. We need them. Okay, so that wasn't a good strategic decision. We are now comparatively weak compared to our vassals, but they're all pretty happy with me, so there's no real danger of factions or anything. This war with Upper Burgundy, it seems like the Kaiser is doing just fine. Yeah, he's got another 11,000 troops on the way, so that's looking pretty good for him. It looks like Alba here has completely conquered England. Or maybe taken it by inheritance or something, I don't know. So that's good for him. It's probably partially to do with the fact he's a lucky ruler, of course. He's maimed, though. And a dwarf. Alright. Seems like an interesting guy. What else is going on? Iceland is independent. Norway is looking pretty strong. I think some of this land is supposed to belong to Sweden. You're not a lucky ruler too, are you? Nope. Denmark has also taken some Swedish land. Guess Sweden's just having a pretty bad time. Poland, Hungary, Croatia, all looking relatively okay. Poland maybe having a bad time. Is this rebels? He's just, does have some kind of revolt going on, it looks like. Transylvanian claim on Krakow. Oh, he's got a host going on as well. And other than that, the Seljuks, of course, looking extremely strong and pushing into the Roman Empire. And Sicily having a good time, as we're aware. Alright, good to know. So I think we've got about a year left on our Holy War cooldown. Less than a year. That's good. So where should we go next? We have this guy, who we also have a truce with for until 1121, actually before the Holy War cooldown ends, so we could declare war on him. We can take this 4-county duchy here, which would give us quite ugly borders. Or we can take these 2 counties here, which would be obviously less land, but would give us nicer borders, especially once we eventually take this one. In fact, will this give us a de jure claim if we then take the duchy? It will, so that would lead to 3 counties eventually, which is almost as good as 4. I think we have a truce with this guy, though. Until 1128, so we wouldn't be able to take that unless we killed him. Or died ourselves, of course. Before then. Taking this one would also cut off Castile's possible expansion southwards, making sure that we definitely get all of this land, but it doesn't look like they've been doing much in the way of holy wars anyway. Is Galicia actually doing their own holy war right now? Yeah, they are, okay. So maybe that does make it a good idea to take this duchy so we can try to limit limit Galicia's expansion too, if they're actually trying to do that now. They're going to take this duchy, so they could potentially go for this one next. So yeah, we'll go for those 4. I have decided Oh, my illegitimate son died a sickly infant. That's very sad. We had a son born to my daughter and son-in-law, I guess. Good. And my levy is finally reinforced, or one soldier off reinforcing. Money continues to flow through the trade post in Valencia, but your relationship with the merchant family that owns it has soured. To teach them a lesson without going to war, you could arrange for a mob to burn it down. Yeah, let's not do that. Okay, so now that we're not paying for levy reinforcements, we're making almost 10 gold a month, which is pretty healthy. Okay, money continues to flow through the trade post in Roussillon, or Roussillon, probably? But let's not burn that one down either. We like trade posts, they give us more money. So I would like to save up until we can afford to build another castle in here. Having 4 castles in the one county, all of them getting the plus 50% levy bonus from being in the capital county, and all of them being affected by my steward's mission to increase taxes there, therefore giving us a lot more soldiers and levy, is going to be really good. Once we can get that built, it's going to cost us 900 gold though, so it will take a while of saving up before we can do that. Yep, our truce is about to expire. Why don't we go to speed 4 while we wait for that to happen? Well, it's not really the truce we're waiting on, it's the Holy War cooldown, which is going to take a little longer. My son-in-law claims he would be a better spy master. He has 16, he has the ambition to become armor bearer, which he wouldn't be bad at either. My current spy master is the Duke of Aragon though, and he is only 1 point worse, so I'm not going to allow that. So we had a granddaughter born. Okay. So my son here and my grandson here, who I'm likely to end up playing as, I really should have been educating him personally. That's okay though, I guess. He seems to have turned out reasonably well. No bad traits, really. I kind of don't want to annoy a duchess by taking him away from her, but I think I will, just to try and get him a good education trait, since he's about to come of age pretty soon. Well, it's a year or so, but if I don't do it now, I almost certainly won't remember. Let's see, I think a good stewardship education would be probably advisable. You have some traits I don't want to risk him picking up. You don't, so I think we'll give it to you. Though I guess he could potentially change his culture. Seems unlikely in a year, though. She's also possessed. I don't know if that actually has any possible bearing on how she'll educate him. Hopefully not, though. I don't think it's contagious. So my Holy War cooldown is now up. We can declare our war. So it looks like Galicia won their war. They took a duchy, so he'll be presumably quite weak now. Not that we couldn't handle him at full strength. But it's good to know at least. We could call in some allies. I guess we may as well call in Castile. Maybe we'll just call in Castile and Galicia. How about? Can we not call in Galicia? Did I miss it? Are we no longer allied? I guess we just can't call him in. Okay, well, Castile will do. We'll raise our... I'll raise my vassal levies. This shouldn't take too long, even though they're not fully calmed down from the last time. Okay, King Robert of Sicily has won his holy war, so he's taken one more county off of the Byzantines. And, okay, Castile is coming in. Well, we're out of time for this episode, so we'll have to, well, not just continue, but really just start waging this war in the next one. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.